Hey, yo, what's the deal? It's your boy, Mr. Will, okay? Back at you, okay? For another episode of Wilson Block 100 Radio, Mr. Wilson's podcast, okay? Today, I want to talk about how I, Mr. Wilson, okay, managed to release magazines while experiencing extreme homelessness, okay? It's no secret, okay? People used to clown me for sleeping next to trash cans. And, I even dropped a song back in the day off that 50 Cent Power something remix where it was like, you say you struggle, but me, I struggle harder, okay? I have always had a sense of pride about my struggle, okay? For my struggle, okay? I always kind of felt like it's what made me stronger. And one day I was sleeping behind a building, okay, in Pasadena, on the concrete. Now, fortunately, I had a couple blankets, little sleeping bags, shit like that, okay? But in the middle of the night, it started to rain on me, okay? And I remember in that particular moment, I just wanted to sleep, okay? I had a rough day, no resources, no love, no community. Going to sleep was like the highlight of life back then for me, okay? So when I got rained on, I became so frustrated, you know what I mean, that I started to punch the concrete, okay? And before I hurt myself, I came to the realization that, I made the decision that, I'm going to embrace my struggle, okay? It's a beautiful struggle, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this head on. So from that day forward, I've been pushing, okay? Just, I've been embracing the struggle, same Sean John jeans as yesterday type shit, you feel me? And we keeping it pushing, going seasons without showers, same outfit for the whole year, it's been real, okay? And me being homeless, in my case, has never been, a straight up choice, okay? It's always been a disposition, okay? And, that it's really speaking to the whole, lack of rent control, you know what I'm saying? You got to have, a budget just for application fees when applying for apartments. I mean, the whole housing situation here in America is very toxic, okay? And it's left me without a pot to piss in, okay, for majority of my adult life, okay? And it is what it is. But at the same time, homelessness has also, helped me, remain in the mix. Because I'm homeless, I'm in the mix. I'm in the streets. I'm meeting cats. I'm sitting down with cats. I'm chopping it up. I make the most of that time. And, I never had the mentality that I was a victim of my circumstance. I always knew that, it's unfortunate that I have to go through this. You know what I'm saying? But I never let it define me, okay? Yeah, I was homeless to the nth degree, but there is much more to me than being a homeless bum, okay? I wasn't a bum-ass nigga, okay? I mean, people would tell me, yo, man, you were homeless, man? Shit, you did a good job at not, making it detectable, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're going to go into this topic, after we get into this local music, okay? Because it's your boy, Mr. Will, and here's the deal. We keep it real all the time, okay? I can't be around fake shit like you can't be around real shit. And that's why I'm alone most of the time, okay? Without further ado, we're going to get into this local music. And when I get back, we're going to go in on how I release magazines while experiencing homelessness. Okay, it's your boy, Mr. Will. That's the deal.
You know that I love you. You know that I'm for you. Now you know this, you know. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how I missed you since you've been gone. It's been so hard. I went for seasons, sleeping on cold pavements, freezing with no blankets, hoping it don't break me. I was sitting in the park with tweakers up in the bleachers. I managed to never do it, listening to my teachers. Peep this, I've been on the street since my foster parents on Wilson told me we don't really need this. I'm a refugee, I'm an immigrant, but I'm a native to this land that I stand on. Don't be ignorant. I know we had a miscommunication, not seeing face to face, eye to eye, or on the same pages. Nah, let me explain this. I need us to remain as friends from a distance for mistakes I made way back. In my mind, I'm the king of my own country. Round you, I can minimize to a fucking dummy. Everybody in my city asked nothing from me, but I gave it all I had, cause man, you love. You know that I love you. You know that I'm for you. Now you so hard. Even I didn't think I'd survive, ready to die at the blink of an eye. If blessings come in disguise, then I'm ready to fly. Sacrificing my life for the day that I die. Give thanks to God, but every day it's been the same thing. No matter how it may seem, we ain't playing on the same team. I can't believe it, how the world is deceitful. Seeing how people treat you the moment that they don't need you, or see you as an equal. And these labels is lethal. The evil inside our heart plays a part in our alter ego. The day I lost Bernice was the day that I lost my hero. So I pray she rests in peace for teaching me what I needed. And these are the reasons for the things I believe in. Yo, I've been on the way and know the road ain't been easy. Please believe me, I ain't wanna leave, my city needs me, but I had to do it for the bing bing. You know that I love you. You know that I'm for you. Now you know this. You know. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how I missed you since you've been gone. It's been so hard. You know that I love you. You know that I'm for you. Now you know this. You know. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how I missed you since you've been gone. It's been so hard.
And yes, sir, welcome back to Wilson Block 100 Radio. That's your boy Bing Bing, okay? Yours truly, just the flip side, okay? Now back to the lecture at hand, okay? How I managed to release magazines while being homeless, okay? It's a beautiful struggle. I remember getting out of county jail just days before the release of the Wilson Block magazine issue 26, and I had barely even started work on it for the month, so I had to whip that shit together real quick, okay? And it came out on time, okay? I took, and you know, at that time, you got to remember, that's the 26th consecutive month that I've released a magazine, okay? I took my ass to the library, okay, and spent all day there working on the Wilson Block network, okay? I utilized the free tools and resources available to everybody, okay? Pasadena's library had workstation computers where you could work offline with no time limits, and every one of those computers came with Microsoft Office, and typically, you know, the latest version of it. And this is why you just plug your thumb drive in, you're good to go. And this is why I'm perfectly fine with using Microsoft Office as my magazine software, because not only does it get the job done, but it's more accessible than the likes of Adobe and others, not to mention more affordable. But for Adobe, you got to go through a whole training process just to learn enough to need another training process once they release a new version of their software. With Microsoft Office, it's like things stay the same for the most part, but as newer versions come out, it really only gets better, okay, and easier. When I wasn't at the library, I would utilize Hathaway Sycamore's TLP drop-in center, okay, up there on Oakland, okay. They were a little older than the city library computers, but it got the job done fairly well, okay. The bottom line to how I managed to release magazines while experiencing chronic homelessness starts with how I chose to spend my time. Thank God for the local library, okay, a place that offered convenience to what I was aspiring to do. But at the end of the day, I was going to see to it that my magazine came out regardless of where I was using a computer. Most of my knowledge on designing and releasing magazines is self-taught. Even my former bosses would tell me that problem solving was definitely one of my strengths, okay? The overall message I want to send with this topic is that regardless of the circumstances, I never allowed anything to stop me from pursuing what I really wanted to do. I never made excuses as to why I cannot move forward. Whether I had help or not, I was always ready and willing to work with what I had, okay? It's your boy, Mr. Will. Here's the deal, okay? You know, we're talking about a foster kid that was sitting at the computer, you know what I'm saying, writing short stories while the other group home kids was running around playing games, okay? Now, ain't nothing wrong with that. We was kids, okay? But just, you know, it just went to show how bright and hyper-focused I was on creativity. Back then, I used to write short stories off the top of the dome, and the staff used to really read them and eat them up, man. I used to come home from school and catch the staff staring at my wall in my room because I done wrote so many different short stories and put them on my wall. You know what I'm saying? It was just, listen, man, I've always been the artist that I'm claiming to be right now, okay? It's your boy, Mr. Will, and here's the deal, okay? You know, what's interesting is, while my community has been against me, you know what I'm saying? It has been me against the world, you know. I still managed to have this fire, you know what I'm saying? To do a 50-mile walk while I'm homeless, no job and all that, okay? So, fuck with your boy, Mr. Will, because I'm here for a reason. I made it this far for a reason, and I didn't think I would, okay? So, subscribe to the channel, tune in. Thank you for listening. It's your boy, Mr. Will, and until next time, I'm out.
I don't wanna talk about it, get it off my back. I don't wanna dance around the subject. You and I both know better than that. I tried to make the best of it, but in the end it didn't really mean much. Leave me with a fiddle, sitting by the piano, breathing in the dust. My dog died.
When you were 6.
Really? I guess I've never gotten over it. Dark cloud constantly hovering over me. I've been a bad seed ever since the ovaries. Mama looked at me and told me what it was. Said boy's got a shadow big enough to block the sun. When it's all said and done, I'm comfortable and numb to the fact that I'm constantly sweating under the gun. But it's worth it, ain't it? My friends think I'm famous. My manager wants to put his foot inside of my anus. Haven't got a decent night's sleep now in ages, and all I got to show is empty loose leaf pages. It piles up, but that's the life that I'm used to. Pressing up against the knife with a loose screw. Sing the blues and everybody assumes you could use a little old-fashioned down-home talking too. I don't wanna talk about it, get it off my back. I don't wanna dance around the subject. You and I both know better than that. I tried to make the best of it, but in the end it didn't really mean much. Leave me with a fiddle, sitting by the piano, breathing in the dust. My truck broke.
You ride the bus.
Well, it never showed up and it really sucked. Stormwater constantly filling my cup. Been a hot mess ever since I was just a pup. Papa looked at me and told me what it is. Said boy's got a weight on his shoulders no one can lift. Tried a couple times and honestly I admit it's a bitch, but I kind of appreciate what it did, cause it's worth it. Yeah, the world gets a laugh when my girl's telling me I could benefit from a quack. Haven't got a moment in forever and a half, and they wonder why I'm drinking like a pirate in a crash ship. That's it, no more, no less. You should learn to be as comfortable with your mess. Sing the blues and everybody expects they could be the one to save you from the depths. I don't wanna talk about it, get it off my back.